Okay. All right. We're here for the episode 3. I think we're going to call it Bantering Brothers, sponsored by Five Star and Water. That sound all right?
5 Star whiskey. That's what we grew up on. That was our milk.
Well, that's probably how we got conceived too, is Five Star.
I'm
And
pretty sure we all kind of took after that too, as I sip of my
that's,
whiskey and water.
that's right. I'm not. What's your whiskey? Is that the Crown? Is that?
Now, I go Evan Williams. It's a lower end. In fact, I've seen they've been marketing it on NFL this year,
Oh,
it must be because of me because I've been drinking it for about a year and a half now. But it's relatively cheap but good whiskey at the same time. So
so we have in my view we have like a 5 star black velvet
ooh,
Seagram's.
oh, you're moving up.
I don't know. I mean, to me,
I think they're all like the same, aren't they?
I
5 stars at the bottom. Five
right,
stars.
because it's the cheapest. I was just wondering where, like, to me, always, because it's all based on how much it costs. Because Black Velvet and then Seagrams are just a little bit higher. I don't
Yep,
know.
yep. I think
Seagram's
Uncle
something.
Dick drinks Black Velvet, if I remember.
Yep.
He's staying classy, where Mom and Dad stick with the 5 star.
Well, I think there for a while. I think Mom was drinking it too. So I think she had gotten away from the 5 star.
Yeah,
So
that could have been, but
so how was Halloween? So give me the story on how the setup
uh,
there for you on Halloween night.
7 and 8 year olds. So we went down to the neighbors. They
What
always put a bonfire in the driveway, and everybody
start at
brings.
what time? What time there is trick or treating?
So well, I was kind of mixed up because the girls' friends are a little bit younger, and so we met them at 5:45. Walked around, did trick or treating, and then afterwards we went to our neighbors down the road who had a fire going, and we, hang out and drink adult beverages. And
And so trick or treatings were like from what 5:30 to 7:30
I
or
don't think there's a time it ends. I mean, we
oh,
had little a-hole kids coming by at 8 o'clock, stealing
oh
all the candy, handfuls of them.
okay.
So I don't know that it ever ends.
It never hurts. Okay, all right. Ours is a
But
little bit more structured. Yeah, we have a
oh,
little
is
more
it?
structure. Yeah, 5:30 to 7:30.
Oh, so
Um,
you have times.
we have times. Yeah. Well, when we were kids, it was 6 to 8, and it's the same in Waterloo now. It's 6 to 8. Um, and so yeah, 5:30 to 7:30, and so we like we hand it out and we keep track. So each year, so it was like 38, 39 degrees here this year,
Oh
and we
boy,
had about
yeah,
the
that's
same.
about what we had. Probably it was pretty chilly.
Yeah, we had the same amount of kids as we did last year, which was in the 50s. So yeah, it's
I have
just
no idea. I just put a bowl in the front porch, and I put one of those clowns that when you move the rocking chair, it
yeah,
scares the crap out of you. So I put that out there and some other things that when you move, it
yep,
scares them. And then
yep.
check the ring camera or whatever that camera is that we have, and
Yep.
yep, some kids took a little more than one.
That's
You know, I mean, we didn't go king size or full size, but I
right.
mean, still,
Yeah,
a little Snickers is so. Anyways,
right.
I did learn that kids are a-holes this year, though, or I'm noticing more than ever that they're just taking handfuls of candy. Did you see that video of those moms that went to that house and just emptied the candy bowl out?
Oh
It's
no, I didn't see that. I've
Oh, it's
seen.
hilarious. It's
Yeah,
online. So
I
then the neighbor guy comes over, must have heard about it. He comes over and takes all his kids' candy and dumps it back into the bowl so they
oh,
have candy.
oh, oh. So they had something to give
He's
away.
like the Halloween neighbor of the year.
Oh yeah,
Amazing.
yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's a fun. I think most people don't have a problem with it. I know some. I don't. Do they even have it at your school? Do they even celebrate it,
Yeah,
or is
they
they have
did
a?
a trunk or treat.
Okay, that's what they do.
So
Okay.
they actually do a pretty good job with that. Last year I think the girls went with the neighbor.
Yep.
So I didn't go, but went this
But
year.
it was after school. A lot of times now, schools like during the school day, they have like a fall party. They don't even have.
Yeah, so they had a good chunk of cars, but then they have the dunk tank or whatever you call that, where you're dunking the
Hmm.
principal, and
Hmm.
they had all sorts of fun
Do
stuff.
you
And
remember any costume you wore when you were a kid? trick or treating? Do you remember
I
anything?
probably was a ghost or a clown once or twice. I don't remember though.
Yeah, I just remember. It's all based on pictures. I don't remember anything specific that I was. I mean, it's like okay,
No, I was like, I dress up every year. I was Marty McFly this year.
Oh, then how many people knew yet? Other than no, I mean, adults would have, but
Well, I didn't care if kids know what the hell. They didn't know who Top Gun was either last year. So.
right. That's right. That's right. So I have a microphone, I think similar to that. I don't have it hooked up to my computer. So,
yeah, I don't know. I just bought it off Amazon. I'm not sold on it just yet. I'm
right.
Put it
Yeah,
on for
I like to have my earphones, my headphones in so I can hear because I'm old, you know.
Well, I ended up buying one of these things.
Oh.
So it's like it's a speaker that you plug in and then you put it on mute so it doesn't echo.
Oh, okay.
Because I use it for conference calls at work.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Good I don't know. It seems to work. If you can
people are gonna think we're kind of snobs, you know. You have your degrees hanging behind you. I've got our degree. I mean, it's like, okay, is this all we can talk about? I mean, that's
yeah. No, I got look at those bad boys. Got well. Truth be told, they're not all mine. So
well, mine. Those aren't all mine either. It's like okay,
doesn't matter though. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that.
No.
They don't even know what they say. They could be a blank piece of paper.
Well, it could say PhD too, and people wouldn't necessarily know.
Yeah, no,
they do. So
I come off as a smart individual. I'm sure.
Yes, well, I try to. Yeah,
I'm sure it's no shocker that two of
those. So I don't know if you noticed last week. One of the things that I do is anytime, and this is something, instead of buying something at the stadium, I've gotten in the habit of a Major League Baseball stadium I've been to, I get a T-shirt that says that stadium. So obviously back in the day, we visited Safeco.
How many times did we go to that park when we were out in Seattle?
I think twice, if I remember.
Did we have good tickets? I can't remember.
Yeah. They're usually like behind the third base dugout. That's where we're at.
Because we used to get tickets behind home plate.
Yeah.
For special stuff. I can't remember which one I took you to.
I think we were. I know one of them was for sure was Tampa Bay, which back then Tampa Bay wasn't worth anything. So
yeah, we used to get all these tickets and then we'd give them out. Because people would pay for the sponsorship, so we'd distribute them out, but we'd usually save a couple good ones.
Yeah.
Like opening day and stuff like that.
So other than Halloween, that was the biggest thing happening in the family last week?
Yeah, pretty much. I started doing TikToks this week, so I make my own TikToks now. I'm basically
all right. Well, that's good. I think you said, did you
I sent you one of them about gun bingo. Yeah.
No, I saw that
first one ever. That was my first one
yours.
ever.
I thought it was someone else's that you
No, I
sent.
did that.
Okay.
No, that's
because I've seen that, meme tagged with other stuff.
Oh no, that's all me. I'm basically
okay. All right. Now. Yeah, there you go. So you're that excited for this weekend to go, and that is Saturday night or Friday night?
Oh yeah, we got it all figured out. So last time we went, there's a bar in the fire department. That's the type of place I live. So, and you got to have a membership and stuff. So we got memberships last time and so we closed down the bar. And the problem is it's out in the boonies. So we went to leave and get an Uber and no one would come pick us up.
Right.
So we had to get like my buddy's neighbor's wife to come get us.
Sure.
And so this time we set up a ride, like I don't know, like an Escalade or something to come pick us up in style. Make sure we have a ride home because that's kind of a big deal. Yeah, it's only 10 minutes away, but
still, it's too far to be driving. That's for sure.
Oh no, we're not into that whole driving like that. So
yeah. So well, good. Well,
yeah. What do you got coming up?
This weekend, CJ and I are going to Lambeau. So we're going to the Packer Ram game on Sunday and meeting up with some of Sharon's nieces and their spouses on tailgate on Sunday morning. And it's a noon game. So just looking forward to getting up there. I haven't been there. And
was that like 3.5 hours?
It's 5, but
5,
whatever.
Okay.
whatever, not a big deal. We'll go up Saturday. Actually, we're going up. David is playing in the Great Midwest Championships in near Madison, Wisconsin on Saturday afternoon at 1. So we're
Yeah, I
gonna
saw
drive.
that.
We're gonna drive up, and we're gonna be able to watch good part of that match, and then head up because we got a tour of Lambeau late afternoon on Saturday to do that, and then we'll spend the night and then go to the game,
That'd
yeah,
be
and come
fun.
home. So yeah, looking
That'd be
forward
fun.
to it. Weather-wise, normally when we're looking at options, it's like either September, October, and November. I didn't want to go in December because that doesn't interest me to sit in the cold. But yeah, it's supposed to be like 50 degrees, so it'll be nice.
Oh, that'll be
when
great.
we're thinking of
And
that
seeing
stuff.
David play, that'll be fun. I think they beat that team
Yeah,
like
and that's what
9
David.
to 10 or
Yeah,
something last
yeah.
year.
So yeah, David and I talked on Sunday, and he's like, last 2 years we've beaten this team that the team we play at this stage of the season, and we've lost a rematch. So, but anyways, no matter what happens, they're into the final 16 in the nation. So it's Division II club rugby. So they're for sure in the final 16. If they win, they get to go to St. Louis. I think if they lose, they have to go.
Texas, right?
No, Texas is the finals. I think they got to go head your way somewhere out east.
Oh, well, I mean, if
yeah.
they lose.
Right. If they lose on Saturday, they have to head a ways away, and if they win, they get to go to St. Louis.
Wasn't their last match they beat Northwestern, right?
Yeah, they beat like Northwestern, like Big
Like
Ten
89-2 or something.
Yeah, it's just crazy. They've been dominant all year. They really haven't been threatened. So hopefully, so yeah. So be looking forward to that. I've got my wear my UNI rugby shirt, so we're all ready to go with that too. So yeah, that's kind of that. So yeah, I've never been to Lambeau, and yeah, I know you. One of the questions that we kind of talked about is that the event that you would want to go to, and so I'm getting one of those things. I mean, I got probably.
I think Lambeau would be one of mine.
It's one of the ones that, hey, I'd like to do that, and so I'm going to get the opportunity to do that. To me, the big one for me is the Masters.
Oh yeah, but you got to get like an invite to that or something.
Right? Yeah, and there's a lottery. You can maybe get into the practice rounds, but actually get on grounds for the Thursday, Friday, or Saturday or Sunday was pretty slim. To me, that's the number one to get to. How about you? So
we went to Torrey Pines.
Yep.
That was fun. The whole family, I feel like.
You had to set up too. I mean, we got
the box. That was when we were loosey goosey on the tickets, and we could do whatever the heck we wanted. Because I think the sponsorship came really late in the year, and everybody went. It was fun though, man. That was a blast.
Well, the problem was, if you remember, on Saturday we got fogged out.
Yeah, and that happens often there for some reason.
Yeah, and then we got there and we had a great day on Sunday. But then the final round was on Monday, and we all had to fly out. But that's okay. But no, it was a great day. Every time I see that tournament, I'm like, I want to go back.
So you went to you got season tickets to the Hawkeyes, right?
Yep. Been to a couple games.
So I've been to a Hawkeyes game. I can't remember when, but I want to go to like an SEC game. Like, so our neighbors across the street are huge Georgia fans. In fact, they're there now, and they spend more time there than they do here. Because he works virtual and their daughter's down there. But they go to all the Georgia Bulldogs games, and like to the point I watch them on TV. I'm like, man, that was fun. Yeah. But I heard it's just crazy at some of those games, most of them.
Well, and I think that's the tailgate you hear about, like LSU and Ole Miss and Alabama and all Tennessee.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, just to go for the tailgate would be just an experience.
So a couple buddies and I were talking about just like picking a game that we could drive to and doing it. I had a friend last year, a couple friends go to a Notre Dame game, and they said that was awesome. And they had some hookups because they knew some cops or something that hooked them up with some, So apparently, but that's pretty common, it sounds like, at Notre Dame. I've never been. I mean, I stopped there when we drove back from your house.
Yeah.
Or from Waterloo, and we had lunch or something. Yeah. That was about it. But I heard that's cool too.
Yeah, just a different college experience. Yeah, with that too. That would be one. It's not I'd rather go to an SEC game, and then Notre Dame would be. It's one of those things. Yeah, it'd be nice to go. Maybe at some point it'll be like, yeah, hey, it'd be a good opportunity to do that if it presents himself. And I would probably like, choose a game like, yeah, we're choosing the Packers because they're down, and B, no one's going to care about the Rams. So we got, on the ticket side, it was okay in terms of.
Oh, was it?
Too.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
I don't know this kid, Jordan Love. I get mixed feelings on him. Is he going to be any good?
I mean, he's not.
I don't think so.
He hasn't impressed yet. I mean, and I guess
Even
how long?
He's been around a while.
Yeah, it's been at least with the Packers for 3 or 4 years, but it's like, okay, how long do you wait?
I mean, yeah, no, he's not the answer.
Yeah, like Jalen Hurts, you knew within 9 games, you knew Jalen Hurts was the answer, and you knew whoever. So I think they're getting a little nervous up there about in terms of, okay, he might not be the guy. What do we do? They're not used to searching for a quarterback.
No, there are certain teams that they have certain positions that they're really good at picking, and that's one of those teams where they've always had a good quarterback.
Well, I feel bad for your Kirk Cousins too, man. That was bad.
Sucks.
Yeah. Did you watch that Netflix quarterbacks thing?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
So even some of the people around Philadelphia were like, "Yeah, I got a little more respect for that guy now," because he got a lot of shit out here.
Oh, sure, absolutely, yeah. Because he couldn't.
He is a tough dude, man.
Yep.
He's a tough dude, and that's just unfortunate.
Yeah,
that might be his last snap with Minnesota. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that they might want to be looking to go on because they're not. I think he's like 36 or something like that. It's like, okay, why would you? You're not going to sign him to a 5-year deal. You're going to sign him. Well, we'll take you for 2 with a club option or something like that. We don't want to.
But they have so much. That team has so much respect for him. I was watching the after game interview with the coach and like all the players, and they're just like, that's our captain right there.
Yeah.
He comes off as kind of a goofy dude, but
right.
I think he's a lot cooler in the locker room than people.
Right, and I think the guy, because he doesn't miss. I think that's the point that I think they like. It's like, okay, we can count on he's going to be there. He's going to kind of be up and down a little bit, but he's going to be there, and it's better than trying to figure out, okay, so he can only play 12 games, and who we're going to have in there. No, you can count him for all the games.
Wow, so they picked up this guy Dobbs or whatever.
Josh Dobbs. Yeah.
I don't know much about that kid. I got to figure that out. But he's been around a while. It sounds like.
Right. Yeah, they're going to start the kid who was in there the other night.
I hope that kid comes. I hope that kid does well.
Yeah,
I really do.
Well, I think the Vikes would like him to do well. Then they could move on from Cousins and kind of figure it out. From there.
We'll see. So. It'll be interesting. They're just starting to come around this year.
Yep.
And then you got your 49ers who.
Yep. I'll be anxious to see how they buy. And Burrow is a good quarterback. I would take Joe Burrow. He's tough. He seems to become, it helps that Chase was back too. That really helped him out a lot too. But yeah, he's just so confident, makes the right decision. Obviously he's not perfect. He loses his game. The Chiefs lost 2 this week too, which is kind of.
Oh yeah. You see that after the game, they played Taylor Swift, shake it off.
Trolling it. Just trolling. I love that. I love it when teams kind of just troll a little bit. That's okay.
Yeah. It's hilarious. Like,
just kind of turn the knife a little bit on
it. And it's the Broncos. Like,
yeah.
Russell Wilson. Let's ride.
That's right.
Let's ride. That's right.
Yeah,
what is he said something really stupid. Oh God, I'll think of it.
Yeah, I haven't.
Dumbest lines he does on social media. It's like, I gotta look this thing up.
Heather didn't say much about Russ. She's still focused in the.
That's right.
So we carved pumpkins at Mom and Dad's over Sunday, which is it's a lot of fun. That everyone, all the local grandkids were there, so that was great.
I saw that.
And did someone post? Someone put it was like they put it because we had to do it in the garage because it was so cold, and so it looks like that, and also maybe was it the scene out of There was a scene out of a movie that they had a lineup, and it was like it was so similar with that too. But no, the big deal was you had the Browns, which is Maddie's team, against David, and so they were both watching on their phones as they're carving pumpkins.
Oh,
with that
nice.
too. So no,
I'll have this stupid Russell Wilson line ready next time.
okay.
It's the dumbest thing ever.
So
Outside of
your
pride.
Sixers got rid of some baggage this week, huh?
Yeah, yeah. It's funny because he tried to come back. They were traveling to go play a game or something, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm coming back now." After
Mm-hmm.
he said, "I hate you guys and I don't want to be part of the team" and all that. So apparently, he showed up like to the airport, and they said, "No, no, no, go back to
Right.
go work out." So clearly, they knew they were trying to ditch that dude.
Yeah.
Like he's just a disturbance in the locker room. He's he is what he is, but it did free up a bunch of money, and they can go. They got some draft picks now, and they could probably go after a pretty decent player if they wanted to this year. I Around here though, Sixers are a big disappointment. Like
Right.
you got the Phillies, you saw that. You got the Eagles, Flyers suck, but and then the Sixers have disappointed. They haven't got out of the second round the last 2 or 3 years. Like, just they're just a big disappointment.
Yeah. Yeah. Until and hopefully you can keep Embiid. That will keep him happy, because if you don't keep him happy, then you're gonna start all over. It's all over
he hasn't
again.
figured out how to handle the fans yet. But Hart will be good in LA because I think they're building a new stadium or a new
Yeah, they're
arena
they're building a new arena just for the
for the
them.
Clippers, so they need some star power in there. So he'll be good to draw on some fans for them.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah, we'll see. He wants to get paid.
But
Anyway, so I told you to watch out for the Rangers. I told you a couple weeks ago to watch out for the
You did.
Rangers, and they how can you be 11-0 on the road? That just blows my mind that you win you're about 500 at home, and then you win everything on the road.
I don't know. It's I didn't watch one game of the World Series.
Well, I'm sure, yeah.
No desire to watch any of that. But yeah, good for them, They figured it out. Cardinals will be, or not the Cardinals, the D-backs will be good in the next couple of years. They got a young squad. There'll be something to contend with.
It all comes down to pitching and stuff like that too. So
yeah, that's why Phillies can figure it out yet again.
Yes. Yeah.
But so anyways, yeah. So on Sundays, I know we talked about this, my crock pots galore. So did you make anything fun last Sunday?
No, we were at mom and dad's having Papa Murphy's pizza. And so no, I don't. That is your passion. I'll cook, but it's not like just the basics. I don't mind cooking, and I like to do it. And I don't mind trying new things, but it's not a passion, or it's not. It's like, for you, it's like a hobby, isn't it?
Yeah, it keeps you busy.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious because I've been experimenting with like smoked pickles.
Smoked pickled, okay.
Well, you wrap it in bacon and cream cheese and then smoke it, or like I did. I smoked a bunch of cheese.
You'd use that on your smoker, or you put it on your grill?
You can.
Okay.
Smoker usually, but like I smoked a bunch of cheese a couple weekends ago, like blocks of cheddar cheese. It's just
blocks of cheddar cheese. Yeah. So Danielle gave me a recipe for Chex Mix that's smoked on a Traeger.
Oh, I saw that. I don't know where she said that, but I was on that.
So it's right off the Traeger website. I mean, it's got the Traeger stuff, whatever. So I did it a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to do it for this weekend before we go. I'm going to do it on Friday night too. So before we go up. So yeah, it was good. It's good. It's got a good recipe.
So you want to impress the family. This is the easiest recipe you could ever do, and it's amazing. Do you like corned beef hash?
Yeah.
So in fact, I did this the first time when I was at Stephen and Net's in California. I don't know if I was staying with them or just there for the weekend or whatever, but they did corned beef. And so I when I go there, I drink a little bit sometimes, and so I was up late, and I made corned beef hash, and I put it in the fridge, and then I cooked it the next day. But anyways, long story short is you put a big. I love this season because you could put corned beef in the crock pot, and you just let it cook for 8 hours, and then you put it in the fridge, and then the next morning you chop it up into cubes with cubes of potatoes, and if you want onions, and you put it, you cook it up, and it's freaking awesome. So I made that like 3 weeks in a row. I like freeze what's left and put it in the freezer so I can have it during the week.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. And you just eat it, just that combination of corned beef and potatoes and onion. That you just eat that.
Whatever seasoning, Italian
Seasoning,
seasoning.
okay.
But you got to do the potatoes first, and then you
Yep.
put the corned beef on at the end so you don't overcook it.
Right.
Oh, just a little cute. Oh man, it's something else.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
I've been doing that.
Yeah, because
Girls love it.
Sharon and I like Reuben's, which is corned beef.
Mm,
Corned beef and sauerkraut.
that's my
And
go-to.
that too. I love a good Reuben. And so yeah, that would be something easy that I could easily do for us.
If that's on the menu at a restaurant, I will order the Reuben.
And they have different versions of Reuben. Like there's a turkey Reuben, there's different ones that they kind of go ahead and do, but
pastrami, corned beef.
Right. Yeah, and I don't remember when I started, because it wasn't one that Mom cooked a lot when we were kids. I don't remember Reuben's very often. It was maybe later.
No, it's not cheap either.
No.
Like corned beef now, like I'm not complaining about food prices, but you can't even get a brisket of corned beef. It's like $30 or something.
Right. Yeah. No, that's why I'll buy the packages in the store. The buddies, that come for whatever. Yeah, that's my cheat in terms of
start making corned beef hash with Spam
with that too. So
I don't know. But anyway, the other thing I made, did I tell you about the dirty water hot dogs?
Dirty water hot dogs. So okay, let me take this apart. So dirty water and hot dogs. All right. So no, you did not tell me about the dirty water.
So I told you it was hot dog summer for me instead of hot girl summer. It was hot dog summer.
Yep.
And so I don't know. I came across this thing. Apparently it's like street hot dogs for New York City or something, but they're called dirty water. So you put broth in there and look it up online if you want to do it. But you put up like all this stuff in there, and then I put it in the crock pot and put a bunch of hot dogs in there, and I love me a good hot dog. So it was pretty good. But I was like, what? I told the girls it was dirty water hot dogs, and they wouldn't even touch it.
Oh, they would.
No, I got to rephrase that.
Yeah, just change it to hot dogs. This is about daddy's dogs or something like that, or something like that too.
Oh, so that was something something different. But crock pots galore in this house.
Good. All right. So when I say 1990s albums, what albums come to mind?
Oh boy, this is see I
so because we're gonna do the top 10. This is Rolling Stone ranking them. So again, they're kind of music snobs when it comes to some of this stuff. So some of the things that you think of might not be on there too.
I probably have a different approach on the music in the 90s. 80s we might have had the same. 90s I think more like Dr. Dre in 1997. I think about Snoop Dogg in maybe 98. I think about Outkast, AT-Aliens. I think early 90s was Outkast, Southern Playalistic, perhaps. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So you're in the wheel. You're doing well. So I'm actually going to slide back. So this is Rolling Stones. So they had Doggy Style by Snoop Dogg at 14.
Okay.
So
what year was that? 98?
Doesn't
96.
necessarily doesn't.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. Everything I relay in my head by where I was at in the world at that time.
Yeah.
Like, was I in the military?
So did you have that? Did you have Doggy Style?
Yeah.
See, I have some of the songs on my Spotify. So the Beastie Boys was 13.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Tom Petty 12.
That was more like 94 through 97.
Yep.
Tom Petty was.
Yep. Outkast was 11.
See, I'm in there.
Did you know I never heard of Crooked Rain?
No, I don't know what the hell that
It's by Pavement. I've never heard of the
No,
group
I
Pavement.
never heard of that.
Okay. Beck, you remember Beck?
Yeah, yep,
Okay.
I do.
All
That
right.
was
So
in
that's
the
9.
95, 96
Yep.
range.
Notorious B.I.G. was 8. His
Oh,
Ready
yeah.
to Die. His Ready to Die
Yep, of
album.
course, of course.
Now Nirvana's on there twice. So and Outro was number 7. Pearl Jam is 6. Were you?
Yeah, that was Pearl Jam was like my it was my senior skip day stuff. That and
Oh,
Alice in Chains.
okay. Yes. Lauren Hill.
Yeah, no, I know that. Lauren Hill.
Okay, that
and
was 5.
Clef.
U2
Yep.
was 4. Octone Baby was 4. Radiohead. Did you listen to much Radiohead?
I know that. Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Dre was 2.
Oh, so I was all
The
right.
Chronic, and then Nirvana. Nevermind.
I'll never forget. So Dr. Dre, I had
That
just
was
got
91. Yep.
boot camp or something with Dr. Dre.
93. Dr. Dre's The Chronic was 93.
Well, maybe it was a different album. So Dr. Dre, Steve Cack gave me that album as a Christmas gift one year.
Christmas gift.
Like him and I have never given Christmas gifts ever, and out of nowhere he gave me that. So I don't know why. I don't remember, but it was a nice gift.
Yeah. So
interesting.
So yeah, that I mean that because a lot of that music, I was I graduated high school in '89, so this was some of this stuff is early college, but this was a lot. This is a lot was playing, when I first started teaching. So this is what kids were listening to, and I still listen. A lot of this stuff I still familiar with. To be honest with you, I didn't know much about Outkast until their more recent.
AT Aliens. Everybody thinks that was their first album. No. It was Southern Playalistic.
Yeah.
No one knows about that one.
Were you an REM guy or Red Hot Chili Peppers guy?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't say I was a guy like
right,
that.
Right, but
I did enjoy it. I mean, I watched what's that? I Love You Man movie with is that REM or what's that movie? I Love You Man, and it was the band was it wasn't REM. It was something else. You got to watch that movie. Have you seen that movie?
I Love You Man.
Yeah,
a long time ago. I
have to. You got to watch it. So every time I get with Brad, my buddy in Atlanta, we watch I Love You Man. It's freaking that movie's just amazing. It really is. It's pretty
right. So you have something from that's something from Australia you were talking about?
But yeah, so I get bored at night and I just read international news. And so I saw this lady, she's Australian or something, but she was charged with 3 murders. So you want to talk about food and bad cooking? This is a great example of food and bad cooking. So apparently she cooked food for her family and used the wrong mushrooms and it killed her family or something, like 3 people. So she's charged with murder for killing her family for, I guess, bad cooking, which is something else. I don't know much more. Like I read it.
Yeah, so here's Australian woman accused of killing 3 family members with poisonous mushrooms at lunch gathering.
That was it. Yeah.
Canterbury murdering and attempted murdering a 4th who was left fighting for life. Wow.
That's pretty damn funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch these murder mysteries and crime,
Well, like Dateline
and stuff. I'm like, I got to be honest. That's probably the most impressive try I've seen in a long time.
What was she trying to?
Well, it sounds like it. It sounds like she tried to do a 4th and it didn't work.
Right. Well, yeah.
I didn't see if they had life insurance or what.
Right. Wow. That's yeah.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Like I didn't make
that
up.
Was she? My Dateline mind goes into like, okay, was she Googling poisonous mushrooms to serve?
Oh, probably Dateline all day. when I first saw it, I was like, oh, she just gave her a bunch of mushrooms, like to mess with them, like those kind of mushrooms.
Right. Yeah.
No, she's trying to kill them. It sounds like.
Right. All right. Well, that's definitely
As I
different.
say that, Olive made beef stroganoff with mushrooms tonight. So if I start
Well, the beef stroganoff is good.
stroganoff or whatever you call
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was delightful.
Yeah.
It, had mushrooms in
I
it.
like cooked mushrooms are all good with all that stuff then too. So
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of funny actually. When I first saw it, I was like, man, she's a bad cook, but
yeah.
then it was kind of by design. So last time we talked about movies,
Yep.
movie scenes and all that. So I actually got some feedback on the goods from our last discussion.
Yeah, because Heather's like, I got to go watch the goods now. Yeah.
Oh,
you're making me.
Some
want to go
people
watch
watch it. I might as well be a movie promoter. I should be.
That's right. So what movie do you want to promote now? We got about 3.5 minutes left. So
well, so we talked about, I think, scenes or something. And so I saw some video about, you ever seen Usual Suspects?
Yep. That's Kevin Spacey.
They're doing the lineup.
Okay, I think that's the scene that people captured, like our kids look like on Sunday.
That is exactly what reminded me of that, was the Halloween. It was the lineup.
Yes.
But do you remember what they said? So people don't know. The lineup, they did Halloween pumpkins at Grandma and Grandpa's house, and they all lined up, and it looked like that lineup from The Usual Suspects. But that was one of the funniest scenes. If you've never seen it, you need to watch it, because it was all ad lib. Like, they did not plan it that way, but they were like, all right, I gotta read this line. Give me the money, you cocksucker motherfucker. It's freaking hilarious. But this week on Halloween reminded me of that.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it's like we just didn't have if we would have had the lines, because I've got it up here now. Would have had the lines up with all that stuff. Then
the other one is Tombstone. You've seen Tombstone.
Yep.
Have you ever seen? So I say this all the time, probably too much around at work, but you seen that scene where they're leaving and he's like, I just want you to know this is over. And the guy sitting on the porch goes, well, bye. I don't know why I love that so much.
You know why? Because it sounds like, like Uncle Tom. That's what something he would say.
Does, actually.
Then bye, that type of thing.
Just the way he's like, well,
like, I don't care. Bye, type of thing with that too. So
we have a name for this thing.
Yeah, it's the Bantering Brothers, sponsored by 5 Star. So right now that's what we're going with until we get talked off the ledge with that too. So
now the assignment for all of our fans watching is we need a logo.
Right. Yeah. So now we have Bantering Brothers, sponsored by
we had
5 Star.
20 people watch it last week. So we're basically famous, getting more famous.
That's right. Yeah. So okay. All right. Well, we will it'll probably be, looking at my calendar, it'll probably be next Thursday again. So maybe we can have a guest. We'll see if we can line up at least one guest for us. Instead of us bantering back and forth, we can bring in a third person to banter with us. So.
Yeah, we have the gift of BS in this entire family. So
all right. Well, we will see everybody next week. Bye.
All right, later.